Hello, H-Barbarians. Hedera H-Bar is flying under the radar for a very long time now, folks. It is a project that is oftentimes underrated in the ISO 20022 arena. It is a project that should be on par with Ripple XRP, but people do not basically give it that level of respect because of its current market cap or value, folks. But the overall, the potential value of HBAR is a lot. And for what it is doing, it is one of the most underrated gems in the market. Look at this, folks. This is all in crypto. Monty Metzger, CEO and founder at LCX, with Hedera's Lehman Beard on the importance of regulation and compliance. And we quote, Hedera doesn't do anything. It is just plumbing, basically. So if you don't build anything on Hedera, who cares that it is 10K transaction a second? This is a very good approach, folks, because you have to have a right mindset when it comes to building. This means that you need to build. What is the use case if nobody's building, nobody's using the network? There is no activity. So this is really good. Let's hope that the network activity increases in the future as well.
Of regulation and compliance at the moment for you?
I love what you are saying. So Hedera doesn't do anything. It's just plumbing. Just like the internet doesn't do anything. It's just plumbing. If there's no apps on top of the internet, who cares if we have routers that can send bits back and forth across the planet? And if you don't build anything on Hedera, who cares that it's 10,000 transactions a second? What's a transaction? It doesn't do anything. And so the only way that Hedera is useful is when you build things on top of it. Hedera is just a foundation. People love to move into a house, but you won't move into a house if there's nothing there but a concrete slab with plumbing and electricity. You have to have a house on top of your foundation. And so what does that mean? It means we support tokens in ways that will let you do whatever you want, but you need to do something with it, right? We're just enabling whatever you want. And when you do the whatever you want, you have to worry about regulations, and you have to worry about markets, and you have to worry about getting people to understand it and to use it, and you have to worry about the user's interfaces for what you're doing. All those things are the house on top of the foundation. You might have to worry about identity, and people are building identity on top of us too, whole layers of identity things, which becomes very important. All of these things are built on top of the foundation. A foundation doesn't do anything by itself, and Hedera is just trying to provide a trust layer. And trust doesn't do any good unless you have something to trust in. Yeah. And so what you are talking about is where all the real value lies. We're just trying to help you do your thing, but all the value lies at the next layer up.
That's right. And I mean, the trust layer.
Folks, Lehman Beard is one of the best advocates for a project, always updating the investors, always keeping the development tab in front of everyone, folks. He is one of the best advocates for Hedera, and Hedera indeed is undervalued. Look at this. This is Paul Barron. Canary Capital officially launched the HBAR ETF on the NASDAQ. Now, imagine this, folks. This is huge. Imagine the prospects of Hedera when it reaches mainstream levels of exposure. This isn't just another fund. It is the first and only spot HBAR ETF, marking a pivotal moment for the Hedera network. I mean, this is huge, folks. This is huge. Hedera has great partnerships, as you all know, and once it basically it provides those use cases in real time. Imagine the possibilities in different sectors, and it is everywhere. Look at this: tokenization, AI, payments, sustainability, energy sustainability, basically supply chains, enterprise systems, identity, DIFC courts, basically the government. It is everywhere, folks. Civil Aviation Authority, you name it. Hedera is everywhere, and a lot of huge partners, a lot of huge companies are also part of Hedera. Look at this. This is smoke. BlackRock is actively tokenizing money market funds on the Hedera network. Now look at this, Hedera BlackRock handshake, basically the partnership. We're going to be looking at this in a moment. Look at this first. The UDPN aims to become a global network with a broad geographical and sector representation. Similarly, the Hedera Council is governed by 32 organizations, including Google, Nomura, IBM, Deutsche Telekom, and EDF. This is huge, folks. The composition of the council is striking as it is diverse and includes companies from different industries. Like I told you guys, Hedera is one of those projects that is not focusing on a single sector. It wants to disrupt multiple different areas, folks, multiple different avenues, be it information technology, the legal services, custody, financial services, aviation, telecommunication, gaming, you name it. The network is everywhere. And BlackRock, rightfully so, should be interested in what HBAR is doing, folks. In April 2024, the HBAR Foundation, Onera, and Archex announced BlackRock's ICS US Treasury Money Market Fund had been tokenized on Hedera. By the way, folks, FCA regulated digital asset exchange Archex. If you do not know about FCA, it is the Financial Conduct Authority, the equivalent of SEC in UK, folks. It launched a new set of tokenized shares after successfully listing tokenized shares of a multi-billion money market fund last year. Huge, folks, huge what Hedera is doing. This is Nick O'Neill. Why is nobody talking about this? Hedera is governed by Google, IBM, Dell, Chainlink, and 35 other global giants. They all run nodes, and not just nodes, folks. Now they are interested in the use case and technology of Hedera. While everyone is chasing the meme coins, AI hype, Hedera is embedded in NVIDIA GPUs and Intel CPUs for verifiable AI shipped to governments by Accenture. I mean, this is the pinnacle of use case that a project can have, folks. Look at this. Now, this is what we're talking about. Hedera is flying under almost everyone's radar, capable of running the world's financial markets, global banking system, traffic grids, power grids, water systems, infinitely scalable. Let that sink in, folks. Let's check this out. By the way, credits to HBAR Clipper for the video.
One of the things that you said recently that struck me is Hedera has pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing, but Hedera has already won. People just don't really realize it yet.
Right. It is, I believe, the winning. I look at it as being invested in the winning distributed ledger, not a crypto. It's the distributed ledger where it's pretty much infinitely scalable. It's so incredibly energy efficient. It's so fast. It's fair, fast, safe. It's something that can literally run the financial markets, the banking system, track all inventory on Earth, run the traffic grid, the power grid, the water systems of the entire planet.
Yeah.
It is that scalable. Bitcoin can do 7 transactions per second. Blockchain can't do these things the way that Hashgraph can.
Yeah.
So,
And, we were talking about it a lot the other day, how it really is infinitely scalable. You have each shard can handle, between 10 and 30,000 transactions per second, depending if they lift the throttle. But, with sharding, which they're working on right now, it can essentially handle everything that you just mentioned.
yeah.
Folks, Hedera is one of those projects. When people realize what it is all about, it is too late, because now people do not realize what it is building behind the scenes. People are just concerned about the price action, what is happening to the price. But overall, folks, the fundamentals of Hedera are as good as ever. I think that it is one of the biggest potential projects in this market. I would like go far as to say it is an asset in and of itself. Besides being a coin, it is an asset, like gold is an asset. It has that potential, folks, to be a world mover. Look at this. HBAR has consistently attracted world leaders across the countless different verticals they support, according to tokenization, Aberdeen, Six Group, Lloyds Bank, AI, Nvidia, Intel, Dell. We've got payments, by the way. Look at this. Governments are involved throughout the globe. Bank of Ghana, US Federal Reserve, Visa. Now everyone knows what Visa is all about, so they should know what Hedera is. Sustainability, PwC, Deloitte, EDF, the United Nations, the pinnacle organization globally, folks. Supply chain, Aero Technologies, Mondelez, Hyundai, Kia, Enterprise Infrastructure, ServiceNow, KPMG, Boston Consultancy Group, Identity, IBM, Tech Mahindra, and then we've got government folks, the UK Civil Aviation Authority, Qatar Financial Center, Dubai International Financial Center, and folks, do not take Middle East for granted, because the reason is that Middle East is a digital asset hub in the making. It is truly a place where Hedera can grow and flourish. Consortiums, folks, the standards, Linux Foundation, GBBC, Blockchain for Energy. There is indeed a reason these big names are flocking to Hedera. And folks, this is why Hedera is flying under the radar. So you guys need to understand it. You guys need to make sure that you guys realize what Hedera is all about, what it is capable of. Look at this. Yesterday on the Hedera network, Dovu transactions were 5.19% of the total HTS transactions on the Hedera mainnet. Different projects like Dovu, Saucer Swap growing on Hedera. The DeFi is flourishing. So, folks, what do you guys think about Hedera, HBAR? I would really like your opinions. Do you think that Hedera indeed is flying under the radar? And what do you guys think about all these updates that are happening in the market? Do let the HBAR peers know. If you're interested in HBAR content, do subscribe to the channel and smash that notification icon. Until next time, peace.